So you're always hearing about the decline of the desktop computer sales and doom and gloom this and doom and gloom that. And honestly, I mean, none of this surprises me. I mean, for a ton of the population, all they really want to do is check some email, watch some YouTubes, browse some internets. And based on these needs, a desktop does start to feel like overkill sometimes. So enter ASUS's, progressive form factor devices that aim to please the casual computer user while carrying a bit more compute power and a bit more flexible functionality compared to something like a phone or even other tablets. So here we've got two fully capable Windows 8.1 devices. These are not the, trimmed Windows RT, can't run everything things. These carry the full power of Windows 8.1 with support for all of your favorite x86 applications. We've got here the M80T Vivotab Note 8 and the TX201 Transformer Book Trio. Let's start with the M80T. It comes pre-installed with Windows 8.1, the 32-bit edition. There's an Intel Atom quad-core processor clocked at 1.86 gigahertz. It's got 2 gigs of DDR3 memory and either 32 gigs or 64 gigs of internal storage, and it includes 802.11 ABGN, so basically wireless N, and Bluetooth. Looking at the device itself, you're getting an 8-inch tablet with an IPS LED backlit display with a resolution of 1280 by 800. Plenty for watching videos at a size like this. On the left side, you've got a physical Windows button, a micro SD card slot. Then at the top, you've got a USB charging port as well as a headphone jack. On the right-hand side, you've got a lock button as well as volume up and volume down. And then on the bottom, you've got a whole lot of nothing. On the rear, there's a 5-megapixel camera and Sonic Master stereo speakers that are configured so that you'll get stereo sound when you're in landscape mode as opposed to in portrait mode, where very few people watch movies and stuff unless you're my wife. Finally, on the bottom, there's a little tab, which if you pull on it, reveals a Digitizer capable pen. There we go. Well, Stylus, I guess, is the word that we would have used for it. This tablet has a full Wacom Digitizer built into it, and the Stylus has a pretty darn impressive detection distance, at least a full inch, if not a little bit more, which will make utilizing Windows that much easier and more precise. Not to mention that drawing diagrams or doing presentations becomes a lot more natural, because the way a stylus works is it's actually pressure sensitive, so you can draw lightly or you can draw hard, whatever works better for the situation. Honestly, the overall build quality of the tablet is quite solid, and it's a little bit heftier than most tablets of its size, but the soft touch finish is nice to grab onto, and there's not a whole lot you can do about the extra size and weight because adding that digitizer does actually add extra thickness and a little bit of extra weight. The processor is actually quite speedy, and while it's not going to win any gaming benchmark showdowns or anything, it does provide enough power for productivity-based work and some light multitasking. So why would you want one of these? I guess the main thing is you're going to be able to install whatever applications you want. I mean, put TeamViewer on there, the complete Office suite, you can put Photoshop on there, you can do pretty much whatever you want. Any applications you're used to using on your desktop computer are now available for use on this bad boy, and if you wanted, you can make it more computer-like than ever by pairing it with a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, and then all of a sudden, boom, you got a little sort of pseudo laptop. I mean, at $379.99 for the 32 gig model and $429.99 for the 64 gig, it's not a bad value for a fully capable x86 Windows 8.1 computer, essentially, with a digitizer. Now, of course, you could turn the Vivotab Note 8 into a laptop, or you could go with this. This is the Transformer Book Trio, which has a couple of tricks up its sleeve. More on that later. The machine, as shown here, is a Windows 8.1 64-bit system. It's got a Haswell Intel Core i5 1.6 gigahertz. It's got 4 gigs of RAM and a 500 gig hard drive, wireless AC, and Bluetooth. Looking at the ports on the side, on the right-hand side, we've got... oh, that box is gone. It's gone. All right, on the right-hand side, we've got micro HDMI, mini display port, and one USB 3 super speed port, as well as power in. Then on the other side, we've got a headphone microphone combo jack, as well as another USB 3 port, and then some indicator LEDs, and that is pretty much it in terms of I/O. Yes, that is absolutely all she wrote. The screen up here is an 11.6-inch Full HD 1080p IPS LED screen that, whoa, it comes right off. Actually, all the parts I just listed our PC components inside here. In fact, you could even plug like a monitor, a keyboard, and a mouse into this, and it would be a computer. I mean, you wouldn't even need a keyboard, I guess, sort of. Actually, not sure about that. Anyway, so inside the screen itself is a full Android tablet with its own Intel Atom dual-core processor, 2 gigs of DDR3, 16 gigs of internal memory, and separate stereo speakers. It also even has some extra I/O. Anyway, the real cool thing here is that you get a tablet and then this like keyboard dock, and they're basically 2 computers. So you click the 2 together, and you can pick between Windows and Android, or if you run them separately, then one of them is a Windows device, and the other is an Android device. They are 2 completely separate computers. Like I said, they each have their own batteries, and they're each gonna last for about 5 hours on their own, or if you put them together, the Android tablet can take juice from the dock, which extends the life to about 8 hours. So, when would you want something like this crazy trio configuration? I mean, let's just say you just wanted to like watch YouTube videos. Normally that would suck tons of battery life, and Windows is a little bit overkill for that. Simply use Android, but then say you want to get some spreadsheets done or PowerPoint or whatever, Android isn't really that well suited to that, so press the button next to F12 and boom, now you're in a full-blown Windows mode. It's actually kind of awesome. Alas, this innovation might be dead. Both Microsoft and Google spoke out in opposition to dual OS devices, and so this might actually be the end of the line for the trio. It's just come to market, but this may be just a one-of-a-kind thing. So if you like this neat little device that ASUS has crafted, this might be your only chance to get one without some sort of weird hacky solution. Thank you guys very much for watching. Comment below and tell us if this Transformer book is something that you think you would use. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to NCIX Tech Tips for more videos like this from ncix.com.